Shout out to everybody here on the live. We got the massive bump for Bitcoin. We're going to go over how we did it. I closed that trade up $3,000, banging on up to the upside. I'm going to show you how I made $3,000 today. We're going to get it in. God bless you all. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, we're getting botted. And look, it's like Abu Dhabi bots. You seen it? It's like names I've never seen, you know? Like it's definitely like the region, you know? Like I've never seen bots with those names. How are they botting me, man?
Can I tell you? Can I tell you, babe?
Man, I feel this energy. I feel a special energy right now. I know you can feel it. When the lifer's about to come on, there's just something in the air, man. Sam Price. I'm about to become the crypto lifer. Like, I'm Sam Price, but in about 3 minutes and 48 seconds, I'm gonna become the crypto lifer, baby. I'm gonna put on the bat cape and fly into the universe. What an intro, man. I love that intro every single time. It gets me going. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get into the charts. Let me get that music back up and running here for each and every one of you. Let's jump back into the charts and see what's happening here for Bitcoin. Big pump. I gave you the guys the trade inside of my trading group, my trading school, whatever you want to call it, Crypto Lifer 99. And we banged on them to the upside. I just sold Bitcoin for $3,000 in gains. That's right. Where's the crowd? $3,000 in gains for Bitcoin while I'm traveling. Look at this, 3,339 beans and 33 cents. How many 33s can you put in a day? Look, 333 every time I touch it, baby. And I ended up selling it for $3,070, $69.72. I sold it $96,345. Price action now is sitting at about $96,079. Is it going to continue to pump? Or is this a pullback coming? Did I sell the local top? Or did I take profits a little too early? It doesn't matter to me because I paid myself. Look, I opened that trade last night. I'm only in Dubai. I'm making gains when I'm in Dubai, man. You can do this, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You can make money. Say you were paying for a hotel, regular hotel, $350 a night. There's some really nice ones right around here. That would be 10 days in that hotel. If you stayed in the hotel for 4 or 5 days and made this trade, it would pay for most of your trip. Most of your trip is paid for, and I wasn't staring in front of the screens. I set the trade up at like 5 or 6 in the morning. I don't even know. I'm on 5 hours of sleep most nights. I'm up till 4 a.m. I gave you guys the daily candle close update last night, even though it was 4 a.m. So we're making gains, and I'm going to show you how we do it every single day here on the channel. You came here to get educated. You came here to learn, and that's what we're going to do. So let's get excited. Let's go, and let me show you what I see brewing here for Bitcoin. Now, number one, I was keen on this breaking to the upside. I said, this is going to break out. This is going to break out. This is going to break out. They dipped it down here. It got sketchy. I didn't care. My trade was down $2,000, maybe even more at one point. They got it. Let me show you what happened. Let me show you what happened. On the 1 minute, we found the cup and handle. If you remember, on the live stream yesterday, we drew this. This is from the live yesterday. I drew this kind of cup and handle here, suggesting that Bitcoin would go up. The entry would be right around there. Stop loss would be below this line at 93,391. And had you made that trade, look, you never got stopped out. It did eventually hit the target right about there or there. It hit the target there. It took some time, but it did hit the target. You can see? Crazy, right? Again, if you got in when we broke above the 1 hour 200 MA there, on the 1 minute 200 MA, and it's one yellow line. Let me teach you. I'm going to go into my settings here. I'm going to turn off everything else but the 200 MA. I ran a clinic today live at Token 2049 on Crypto Factors channel. Man, we're doing amazing. I called the long last yesterday publicly too. I told her I would not short when you're above the 1 hour and the 4 hour 200 MA. Once we got back above that 1 hour, it was a ripski to the upside. But right now I want to show you just the 200 MA, right? The 5, right? And so check this out. I'm going to put the timing back on. I like to buy when the 1 minute crosses this line. Right there, the 1 minute cross, you got in, you would have got paid on a scalp. Came down, I like to buy the bounces. You would have bought that, got right back above, paid on a scalp. Right that got above, paid on a scalp. Got down, got back above, paid on a huge scalp. Some of them are huge. Almost, but like 1, 2, 3 in a row. And look, we're doing it now again. We just got back above it on an inverted head and shoulder. You see this? A shoulder, a head, a right shoulder for Bitcoin. Almost suggests that I kind of have to get in on this. I have to get in on this. I had a week's trade open too, I believe, which I think is still open. Let's see here. Yeah, look, we're up $400 on weeks, up 25%. We'll let this baby cook, baby. So, man, I made $3 grand on that trade. I got my Ethereum trade open on MEXC, still kicking it. That trade's up like $400 or $500 now, doing damage. Maybe $330 at one point or something, but I got so many exchanges open. I'm running I run this internet to the ground, man, the way I use it. I use everything the internet can give me every single time, all the way to the end. That's up 287. I saw it there flashing on the Ethereum, and I barely trade Ethereum. So here we are ripping again up to 396. Let's take a look at that 1 minute time frame. We're going to get that punch to the upside above the 200 MA. And so that tells me that we could get another one of these huge moves to the upside. So I'm going to keep that trade open and let that baby cook. But look, you know what an inverted head and shoulder is, right? Are you new to the channel? Most of you know. But you got a left shoulder, you've got a head, and you've got a beautiful right shoulder there. You've got a cup and a handle. You know why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, right? This is why right here. This is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. Number one, I pay myself daily. You got to pay yourself. Pay the trader, baby. I go to Dubai, hit the trade. Unbelievable. And look at that, all the way up here to about 96,567. This looks like it could go. And again, it's even if I didn't have the moving average there, I would be a little more confident in this move. Well, because I have the moving average here, it's a double whammy for me. That looks like picture perfect. I see us getting back to resistance possibly at 96,587. You go back below the 200 MA, then that's not happening. You know, this is just kind of I like paying myself. Like, I wouldn't mind just getting my trade done right now. Let me make sure where my trade is. I'll bring it to stop your stop loss to break even at least. There's my stop loss. Look how nicely I can drag this up to break even. Look at that. That's it. I confirm. Let that thing cross over. And now I cannot lose any money. I've protected my hard-earned wealth. I've protected the money that I've put to work. And now the money can either A, continue to work, or it'll come back to me exactly as I sent it out, and I can use it again for another try. What if you had... I don't want to use that reference, but I'm trying to think of something where you could just keep sending out, and as long as you didn't get it, you just got hit with nothing, but eventually you got hit with something. And that's the beauty of trading the way I trade. Using proper risk management every single day of your life with a stop loss and knowing what's happening. Right? You got to be a boss. You got to be able to take be a boss of your life. You can't let your emotions control what you're doing here in these trades. And again, I could boast and brag $3,000 a day. That's great, right? But I work so hard for it, and you will too if you get to this level. It's not going to come easy. It's not something you're just going to, just get. It's going to something you're going to work for every single day. So inverted head and shoulder. Now you're looking for this flag, a secondary flag to continue further to the upside here and get busy. So you're looking for this to break out, which gives you a nice little more extended area. Let's take a look at the BOOKMAP. I'm going to have that loading up for you in a second, and we're going to show you what the colors on BOOKMAP tell you. We're going to teach you what BOOKMAP is and show you what's going down on BOOKMAP. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'm out here doing damage out here in Dubai, having a blast. It's been amazing. Look, you see me on the rooftop pool. Just look at that. I thought this was cool. You put the Wiz Khalifa, the Burj Khalifa in your hand. Do you see that? I'm holding it down, man. I'm holding it. I can pick that thing up. I like to play with photography. It's always been my thing, Crypto Factor's the man, too. Wow. The Gucci shade, man. And Crypto Factor, man, he's been letting me live stream. You guys have been watching me live from the conference through Crypto Factor. He's been really holding it down here with the lives. Great equipment, great stream, great way to get it done, man. He's amazing. The guy is awesome. One of my favorite people in the space. Top-notch man. A top-notch man. And then me and Jamie out to dinner. It's been insane. Who cares? I know you guys want the trades, but Dubai's been fun. And Dubai's an amazing place. So I see more continuation here for Bitcoin. This looks good to me. Want to get this bounce off that top trend line and continue to, basically the neckline of that inverted head and shoulder, no? Exactly. Want to see this 21 cross. That's my signal right there, right? This is my model. You would be trading my model right now if this flag consolidates. It might even start pumping where it's at, but you're looking for consolidative price action above the 200 MA when the 21-day moving average comes into price action. When the 21 touches price above the 200 in the flag, you execute. I can't tell you, man. I've studied the charts for over 17 years now. I've tried all different things. I've had indicators that people pay for that you may have known. I've done all the stuff. And I found that the 200 MA is the boss. There's nothing bigger and better. I don't care what you do. I don't care what system you've learned. I just don't think there's something better. I could be wrong, but I personally don't see it. I personally just do not see it. And I show you guys time and time again how we get it done. And that flag's about to break out too. That tells you you're going to 96,700 for Bitcoin. Let's break down our top-down analysis now. But look, I gave you this trade on the 4-day chart. Kept telling you we were going to break out. I kept telling you not to get out of the law. I kept saying I wouldn't short this market. A breakout is coming. Look, they had the beautiful shoulder, head right shoulder. They played everybody, but they didn't play me. I saw it and I nailed it. And I was still on no sleep running around, because if you have a system, it doesn't matter if you have no sleep. It doesn't matter. As long as the system tells me to long, I long. So it's not really about my physical state. There are some things in your decision-making process will probably a little clearer if you've had a good night's sleep, let's be honest. But, you know, look, they even Adam and Eve did, like, this kind of had an Adam and Eve going here. I didn't even call that out, but I could have seen someone Adam and Eve that. They got everybody to short. And then what they did is they dipped the price once, they dipped the price twice. I was talking today about packing bags. You know, you can see this was the box. He says, usually when you're in the box, you break to the upside, you know. The idea is, look at this. They went down and grabbed liquidity. Remember, I sold a trade for 350 loss there. Got it all back easily, but still, you know. I panic sold in the middle of the night there. I was tired. It was like 4 in the morning, and I shouldn't have, but it looked like it could have gone way lower. So I don't even call it a panic sell. I use my strategies to cut off the loss at a smaller loss. I had a $600 loss down here. I said, I'll just cut it off at 340, 320. It did get back inside the pattern, but I was smart enough to get back inside here and then let the puppy rip. So at least I had the guts to go back in at the right time and then pay for that loss, right? But my whole thing is they came down to this key area. This is what I call packing bags. If you're not going anywhere, then why are you packing your bags? You see what I'm saying? So for the rest of your life, use this as an idea. The whales need your orders to fill because they got so many big orders. They need you to capitulate. They need you to get liquidated, right, to be able to fill the order. So what they need to do is they're going to make a bearish pattern, all right? They're going to make resistance. They're going to make a double top. They're going to push price. And they're going to get you to get liquidated and stopped out. What they're doing is packing their bags. Now, when I pack my bags, I'm going on a trip, aren't I? Now, if we're going on a trip and we're trading and we're packing bags down here, we're obviously not going on a trip even lower, right? Because we're not there's more bags to pack down here then. We're done packing our bags. Where are we going? We're going up. So these were bag packs. You understand? These are whales, someone with bigger money. They were packing their bags down here. They were filling their order. They were crushing your orders while taking in their orders. You know what I mean? They were building this position. And wow. So that's what happened here for Bitcoin. Now, I do see somewhat of a bearish dip. We're going to get into that. I'm out of the trade now, scot-free. It feels so good to be out and to show the whole trading group like we made money today. We don't have to stress. It's only 10 a.m. where you're at, 10:25 a.m. in America there on the East Coast, Eastern State, Daylight Savings Time, EDT. For me, it's, you don't want to know what time it is. For me right now, it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I've already lived an entire day. You guys just woke up. I've lived an entire day. I watched that trade all day long, and I was able to take profits. I got back to my hotel room at the perfect time. Jamie is an amazing person to travel with. Unbelievable. Spot on about everything. So, just the arrangements, the movement, the timing. The guy's just crucial about it all. So, 96,292 at 95 cents. And remember I told you I could see this uptrending flag brewing on the daily. That looked just like this uptrending flag on the daily here. This here looks very similar to what we're seeing here. And there's overbought stochastics. The RSI was high. The stochastics are overbought. It tells you, we're going to come down. But no, we had a rippage. Sam, everyone is short of these high stochastics. How come you didn't? Because I knew to leave that 4 hour and the 1 hour low. And I knew when the 1 hour got back above the 200 MA, we were golden. We were golden. Golden, baby, golden. Gold, baby, gold. So let's take a look here. All right, we have all our moving averages here. So now what I want to do is I get rid of the moving averages for a second. Just for a second. Don't get too crazy. And I go over to the weekly. I even want to look at the monthly chart because we had a monthly candle close last night. I was unable to attend. It was like 4 in the morning. I would have been out of it. I wouldn't even look. It wouldn't have been good advertising for me. I didn't look good. You don't go online at 4 a.m. tired after being out all day. But I will. Let's take a look and start on our monthly close. And get ready for Bitcoin and the monthly candle close. All right, that's it. Let's take a look at what's happening here for the monthly candle close for Bitcoin. It opened at 82,550 even. The high was 95,758.04 cents. The low was 74,508 even. And the candle closed at 94,172, up $11,621.99, up 14% of the month. April is a notoriously bullish month for Bitcoin. I'm born in April. It's just awesome. Jump on into the trading group today. CryptoLifer.com. Sign up to weeks today. Check it out. So the monthly looking absolutely beautiful. And the next month starting off with a bang. Like right when the month closed, your next month opened hot. I'm telling you right now, this even looks like a flag of the monthly. And that is a measured move of the flag. I'm telling you, I keep getting this like blow off top, somewhere $129,000, $130,000 BTC. That's when our next leg is going to start to kind of falter here, in my humble opinion. Am I going to sell Bitcoin up there? What do you think? What does the chat think? Am I going to sell Bitcoin when it gets to 130,000? Anybody? Anybody? Amazing wash shape with a 5-minute. Legend from the Netherlands. God bless you. Super bullish right into the massive resistance. Right on cue. Can I pay for my membership with Bitcoin? Yes, you can. We would love that. Email cryptolifers@gmail. No. I need that close to the sound like at your house. That was weak, Sammy. Yeah, I know. I was born in April 2, the 21st. God bless you, man. Yeah, a flag on the monthly is crazy. It is. Jamie, will you get me the mask? I don't know where I'm doing it. I don't know if you can hear me. I put it down somewhere and I don't know where I put it. I'm supposed to have it on. I got a cool mask I wanted to show you guys. Long would be solid. Stops will be held. Technically, yes, we will close a huge trade. Technically, born April 27th. So the monthly looks absolutely stunning. All right. It looks beautiful. I like what I'm seeing here on the monthly candle. It looks gorgeous. That's what you want to see. I mean, the largest time frame you can have, just banging on them, right? So the next month starting to come off pretty nicely too, and the target for that is about 129,000 on the monthly. Actually, let me extend that. I would take wick to wick. The green wicks too. Yeah, I keep getting this 139, 140. Yeah, I'm getting 139, 140 over and over again. Every time I kind of do this trajectory, I'm getting somewhere to about $138,000, $139,000 Bitcoin. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. Master friend, take a boat ride across the ocean. Later, traders. God bless you, man. Hope you're having a good time. Hey, Sam, on the 1-minute chart, when the candles close above or bounce. ETH headed to the 500. Sam, you will 10% sell at 130K, won't you? No, I won't. No, definitely not. No way. But one of the greatest days to short, Bitcoin's starting to get busy again here to the upside. It's starting to do damage again, and I'm going to stay in the long here on weeks. 425% gains, and there is my model on the 1-minute time frame. Master friend, you could trade with an iPad, and even when I go on a boat across the river, I make this trade, and then I get paid when I'm on the boat across the ocean. You know what I mean? Hey, I was sitting in a pool today. I got paid. You can go on the boat across the ocean and still make the gain. I do it all the time. You don't have to not trade. You don't have to say later traders. You can get it in. Like that's my model right there on the 1 minute. And you all know how this works. There's the flag above the 200 MA with the 21 touching. I get in right there, we get the pump. Let's see if this comes with the follow through. Or do we meander around? We lose the 200 MA, then we know something's wrong. But it's, usually you're unlikely now that you've made this bigger move. I opened a $3,000 short on Solana just now. Yeah, I wouldn't be shorting the market right now. You're in a giant uptrend on a bunch of shorts. But you do whatever you want. Maybe you know what you're doing and you're scalping. I go with the trend. The trend's to the upside right now. No reason to short the market, in my humble opinion. It just doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah. But you do whatever makes you happy. I mean, I can't force it on you. So, right? Lifer, how did you find Jamie? God, through God. Yeah. God sent him to me. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I just did the right thing and the right people came to me. I followed my heart, man. I followed my heart. I did what I do as a person, and he took a liking to me online. Like he saw someone that he joined the trading group. He became a part of the group. He learned the experience. He wanted to he felt like he could help me. He joined the group to learn. And then he started telling me things he could do. And I said, let's start implementing some of your ideas. And they worked pretty well. So being around him now the last few days lets me know he's, an integral part of everything. He always was, but you really see the thought process through it all now. And that's crucial. That's very crucial. Small time frames look a little sketchy right now. I want to finish with my top-down analysis, and then we'll go from there. I don't know if I'd open up a trade right now. I'd actually pay myself. Like, even this week's trade, I may pay myself. What I could do is, I could even put a stop right below that right shoulder. Yeah, we lose that 2 to May. It could go lower. Yeah, right there, and I'll get paid if we hit that level. I'm okay with it pumping and me missing out. I don't need to get into everything. I still got an ETH trade going. That will actually pump too. Now, maybe not as hard, but it'll still pump. So now I'm locking in profits on this trade. No matter what, I'm going to make about $380, $390 on top of the $3,090 I just made. So that's like almost a $3,500 a day. I mean, you can't beat that. You make $3,500 a day, you're going to be doing pretty good with your life. Most people don't make that in a week. Most people, I just made what I made today while I was on vacation. Most people don't make in a month or in a couple weeks. You know, in a week work. But so I see this continuing. $139,000 Bitcoin on the monthly. The monthly looks great. We've gone over that in depth. Let's take a look at the weekly candle and see what's happening to the weekly stochastics too as well. They're pointing to the upside, and we broke out. Like you can clearly see that we broke out beautifully out the channel to the upside. And there's your clean measured move. I take it all the way to the wick. Says you go to 139K. Like, I just keep getting 139,000. We're going to have resistance, of course, at about 104,567. But this trade should go all the way to $107,000. The trade I gave you should go to $107,000 from where it's at. It may go up and down. It may take its time, of course, and it's not going to be easy to hold it there. But the trajectory of the trade that I put out suggests that $107,000 Bitcoin is the answer. All right. All of 2025, only care about pulling Asia cuties. You're funny, man. Taking the whole bag and let your spot do the rest. Sammy just got back into the 99. I feel like I got my right arm back. Hey, man, you can't leave the 99, baby. It's like, once you've gotten the value from the 99, not being a part of my life every day on the day-to-day, seeing all the ins and outs, all the things I'm doing, I think there's withdrawal there. I would definitely have serious life or withdrawal. It would be a sad day that I had to leave that group. I never want to leave the group, man. It's such a powerful place to be around amazing people that know how to make it happen, you know? And just really intelligent people, too. So now I got all the moving averages back, and what you want to do is when the daily is touching the 21-day moving average, that's when you want to think of getting into price action. And so the daily's about to cross the 200, but it's not in there yet, but you're starting to get this up trending flag. You have to say that it did break out. We've got this massive measured move here too. Takes us to 106,449. So everything's still on cue. So why did I sell then? I could have done a trailing stop because you know why? Good gains. It's good gains. And I can find my way back in the trade if I so need to. We take a look at the 22-hour time frame, hitting the 21, curving. That says you're going to pump. You see it? That's like when I see the 21 touching, the stochastics RSI curving, lack of bearish momentum in the MACD, that is very bullish. I see this breaking out. Like this looks like, I have to say, this is very, very healthy. I see this going to the top there at $107,000. So I'm stuck on this idea that we're going to 107K. I can't get off this idea, but it looks like we're definitely going to $107,000 BTC. You know? Now there's no guarantees. That's what we're looking at, all right? No guarantees at all. Okay? Now, as we move forward, what? Did I say something? Did I say something? What was it? Did I say anything? What is it? Oh, this blocks my voice, so I can't use it because I can't, like, you won't hear me. Like, it's crazy. But this thing is nuts, huh? What does this look like? I don't even see what this looks like. I can see though. It hurts my eyes. Hard to use. You can't do it because I can't get. This is like an audio mic. You gotta be on, right? You want people to really hear you on the mic. But this thing is fresh, man. Funny, it puts a feedback into the mic that I can hear too. So weird. 96,600 for Bitcoin, getting the pump to the upside. Am I still in the week straight or did he take me out? Oh, I'm still in, baby. I'm still in. Look at the shot we just got off of the 1 minute 200 MA. I just talked about this. I told you to enter trades when we crossed the 1 minute 200 MA. I just went over this. Then it happened again and I showed you why I'm still in the trade. Now, I would have gotten in if I wasn't in the trade, but there was no reason to. I was already in the trade. And there you go. We got the pump off the 1 minute 200 MA. Exactly like it was supposed to play out. This is absolutely phenomenal. $433 on the trade. Look, I'm locked in profits right here. I'm well above my entry now with locked in profits. I put myself right there. They didn't get me, and they continue to pump. Look at that wick, how close the wick got to me. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. Now, do I sell or am I going to let this pump? The daily says I can get more. The daily says let it rock, let it go. Let it fly, baby, let it fly. So, 22-hour daily time frame, 12-hour time frame. Again, this is my signal. I talked about it yesterday. I went over it in depth. But when the 12-hour is above the 200 MA with the 21-day moving average coming close, this thing is going to fly. And it's broken out now. Technically, you are buying the breakout at this point, which is good or bad. I mean, I don't buy breakouts. I like to get in beforehand, but a stop loss here with an entry here with a stop loss like below this wick or below this bottom trend line, you never know, may actually play out pretty nicely on the 12-hour time frame. I give this a high probability play here. You put the stop below that wick, you get in there and you let it fly. Says it could definitely turn into some gains. I see it happening. I mean, look at the way the stochastics and look at the way everything's looking for the move. You know, it looks like we're definitely going to get a bigger move. 8-hour time frame, got above the 200 MA. You bought when that candle closed. Look, gains. I teach this stuff over and over again. You can do it on any time frame you want. It does not matter. I gave you guys this flag for Bitcoin before it broke out. We nailed it. It was one of our biggest gains recently. We absolutely nailed it. I look at the 8-hour time frame. The 8-hour, ready to rock. And that sends it all the way to 106,403 for BTC, right? So, like, this is breaking out on the 4-hour time frame. It looks great. The 1 hour has come down and done a bullish retest as far as I'm concerned. And honestly, it may continue to pump even more, but it may just go sideways in this trending flag and then pump later on today. Maybe at 4 or 5 more hours, maybe even 6. Sideways price action. Let's take a look at the 50-minute. It's going to give us a little more clarity, a little more insight, and show us, I see a shoulder ahead, a possible right shoulder. We don't know for sure. And so this is the flag that I'm starting to kind of pay attention to and that I'd like to see happen. This is the quantum theory that we're putting out. So we want to see this kind of consolidate inside of the channel, get very tight. Boom. Didn't draw right, but it'll get very tight. Then it'll break out, retest, and gone. All the way to the target there at about 99,918. 99,918, baby. 9919. Okay, so that definitely, you can't. 9919. So if I draw, you can't. So you just can't do it. So cool, though. It is pretty cool. So we're going to watch this flag here on the 50-minute, 96,571. The high so far on the day is about that level. So, we haven't been much higher than 96.7. Let's see, open high. 96.734 was the high there of that last little move. So we're looking for consolidation here on the 15. Let's take a look at our 1 minute time frame too as well. That's another signal that we talked about. It's just getting when the 1 minute closes above the 200 MA. Like right there would have been a bigger move to the upside as well. So I'm seeing consolidation. Your bearish scenario. The bearish scenario. Let's see our daily for a second. I mean, the daily looks great. It's just a little far for the 21. Could it make a right, a head and a couple right shoulders and dump? I mean, it's possible. Like that's a shoulder. This is one part of the head. It makes another dump, and then it makes a right shoulder. But right now, I'm not going to over-speculate on that idea. So I'm just more bullish than bearish for Bitcoin at the present moment in time. I want to see this come back down and hang out off the top, bounce there. It could rip. You never know. It could fly out of nowhere. I don't know what price action is going to do. I know what the probability is, but nothing always follows the probability. So it does it most of the time, though. See, that's why trading needs a data set. If you know something happens most of the time, you can trade it. That's all. All you need to know is something that happens most of the time, and you'll be able to trade it. That's all this is, this trading stuff. All right. Most of the time, Bitcoin pumps when it's above the 200 MA on the 15-minute, right? Most of the time, Bitcoin dumps when it's below the 200 MA on the 15-minute. Dump. So these indications and areas show you how to backtest, logically. You can do this too. I'm not that much of a genius. You can backtest the right way and get things done. Like, you don't have to force it. One step at a time till you understand the information. One step at a time till you understand the information. Then you demo trade that information till you get a data set. Then you take that data set and you go to work with a very small amount of money. That's the plan. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say you should be taking as financial advice, but that's my plan. That's how I started, all right? And I'm now an educator, constantly educating people about all the pitfalls of technical analysis. People join these leverage trading companies and stuff, and they don't understand really what, the liquidation levels and how much they should use and stop loss. And they do things that are, I think, a bit, they can be detrimental to someone's financial goals. And we don't want to see that, And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice, but I definitely want to see people making horrible mistakes they don't need to make, right? So I'm here to educate you every single day on the market. I'm showing you how I pay myself because you got to pay yourself. If you're going to be a trader out here in this world, you got to pay yourself. That's it. No one's going to help you. No one's going to pay your way. You got to pay yourself. And once you realize that that's it, there's no more money coming from the job, no more money coming from mom and dad. You got to pay yourself. You're up. It's time to get paid. Shout out to my mom and dad up in heaven. I love you both. I lost both of them, not, at the same time, but somewhat close, about eight months apart. Which, thank my mom didn't have to live too long. She was sad. She was very sad. My dad was a big man. He filled a lot of space. When he was gone, the space felt very, very empty. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're going to take a look at coin market cap and see if there's any hot coins on the lookout here in the last 2 hours to 1 hour. We have Bitcoin pumping up 3% in 7 days. Ethereum up 4.2% in 7 days. Pretty flat on the 1 hour. Nice on that 24-hour time frame. Solana back at 152. I like it. BNB at 600. XRP. Wow. Stellar Lumens Hyperliquid doing damage. Near back to 256 though, man. Ondo. Near Protocol. BitTensor. And my baby Render. How's Render doing? 459 for Render. And thank you so much for everyone out here on the live. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much. We can start a goal for the fans. Sam wearing pants to the pool with the Bitcoin tie. Let's go. Shout out to Matt with the $20 super chat. God bless you so much, Matt. Thank you so much. I knew I heard that sound. I knew I heard that sound of the cashier at the bodega. Cha-ching. This morning when I woke up. Bitcoin Cash, baby, is something I'm going to talk about later on today. It looks like it's heating up for a bigger move. You tell me. So I'm going to watch this flag for Bitcoin. And that's all, it'll probably take another hour. It might even take 2 hours for this flag to play out. It gets tighter, I may take the flag. It depends on how the moving averages come into play. But right now, the 21's on it. It's getting tight. It's above the 200. I like what I'm seeing. So that's a known, it's kind of my model too. Like, first, you're making a flag above the 200 with the 21 touching. It touched there, you got your first model. It's a secondary model of the same model. Understood? Hey, Paisano. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Doing damage, hanging out, perfect timing. Week's trade still up $400. That's why I'm like, do I cut it? It's fighting hard with this 200 MA and still hanging pretty nicely. It's in a range though, on the smaller time frame. I've seen these up, and then eventually it's 3 in the morning, But my point is it goes up and down and then, it tires you out. That almost has a head and shoulder pattern too though, but that So looking for this to break out now. Look at that pump. I'm going to stay in the trade. Why not? I'm going to see where it goes. Stop losses at break even. Nothing, actually way well above break even. Worst comes to worst, I get paid. You know what I mean? I pay myself a little bit. But I'm learning a lot. So I'm going to watch this. This could be I'm open-minded. Shoulder, head, possible right shoulder that breaks to the downside. So let's take a look over at Bitcoin dominance. Remember last night I said Bitcoin dominance looks like it's going to rip. I said I wouldn't be playing Bitcoin around right now and trying to short the market thinking you're sweet. I see Bitcoin dominance making a move. It came up, made another move. I see that pumping up here and maybe even surpassing that key, the top trend line. We definitely got a beautiful push up there to the upside. Resistance at about 64% on Bitcoin dominance, 64.83 actually. But I see this coiling up for a massive move for Bitcoin. Like only a matter of time till Bitcoin absolutely, positively, get it? Absolutely, positively rips to the upside and does absolute damage. I mean, look at the last 3 days. This thing is just out of control. I don't even need the small sauce here. I like to see this right here. That's beautiful. And, you know, I look at dominance because dominance shows when I can tell a lot of money is going to flow into Bitcoin. It's pretty obvious. And when you can see a lot of money is about to flow into Bitcoin, you know, let's take a look at Tether dominance, the dumping. Like, why would you want to be in Tether right now? Like, everyone dumping all their Tether for Bitcoin. It's going to be the next big leg up to the upside. USDT.D, sorry. I always get confused with it. I forget. Yeah. Let's take a look at Tether. That should be dumping out the bear flag that we had for you, right? And we had this bear flag drawn. We showed you drawn shoulder, head, right shoulder. We have the bigger bear flag over here too as well. And so, you know, and that's why I did this on the macro technical analysis video. And I broke down why this week. So if you watch that video, which is every Friday, you would have had a pretty broader outlook on the market and not been swayed by short-term YouTubers or what people were saying. Because you would have been like, well, I looked at the weekly and the daily, the 3-day charts and the big charts. And I saw what the lifer's trying to push down. He's talking about the Bitcoin dominance and the Tether dominance. Tether dominance is about the dump and Bitcoin dominance is about the pump. I mean, that goes hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? T-Mon thoughts. I don't know what it is, man. I don't want to look at it. I appreciate it, though. God bless you. Yeah, I'm all set. Sam wearing pants to the pool with the Bitcoin tie. Let's go. Thank you. Shout out to my man, Matt. Shout out to Anthony Barandetti. And God bless. I mean, thank you for the super chats. $50 in super chats already. Thank you so much. Someone asked me about this T-Mon before. It didn't come up. I don't know what it is. And I don't know what platform to find it on. Or maybe I did find it, but I don't remember. But I don't, yeah, T-Mon. It didn't come up here. It didn't come up on Deck Screener, as far as I remember. I could be wrong, but... Because I don't want to blow you off and be rude. Like, I don't want to ignore you and be rude, you know? I'll give you the time of day if it's worth it, but I just don't... I feel like you tried this the other day, though. It was the team. I had something to do with Team Accrue, and I knew the team. I was all set. So, if you know you're a shill for sure, I can't find the coin. Don't ask about it again, please. I'm all set. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe it rips to 100x and I miss out. I'll be okay with that. I'm fine. I don't need every single thing that ever existed. People cherish the old school, man. No one does anymore. I could see this thing just flying. But I'd like to see some market structure first. 15-minute does say it can pump, though. I wouldn't put it past it just ripping right now. But I want to see sideways price action, maybe make a right shoulder and then break on out. Get to $100,000 today would be awesome. And it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Is the music too loud by any chance, everybody? It's hard for me to tell. Sean, we can get a music check. Or Lakochi, anyone on my team, just give me a music check every once in a while if you can. Yeah. Cookie Dow pumping bags today, Mr. Lifer. I love it. I love how you broke down the projects that you're looking at every day. Thank you. God bless Sam, bringing the knowledge day in and day out. No one works harder. Bitcoin pumping and paying the bills. It pays the bills. Like, when it pays the bills, I mean, it's the coolest feeling in the world. Cookie Dow pumping bags today, Mr. Lifer. So is Virtuals. Everything doing damage. Yeah. Someone said maybe slightly loud. Oh, okay. That's what he said. It's slightly loud, eh?
I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan. I like it unprepared.
I brought it down a little bit there. It's still pretty good, but daydream away.
Spread your love.
Foco is spot on with the music. Thank you. If it's loud, you too old. The economy is wrecking them. No coiners are gonna regret it soon. Oh yeah. When you have Bitcoin and you see inflation and price going up, it doesn't really bother you that much. You know, slightly loud there, matey, but perfect now. Thank you. I remember when your music was much louder. Amen. Yeah. The music is good, man. Thank you, Rave Song Records in the house. Sounds on pointy. On point. Thank you. Clear breakout from 82.83 downtrend, and all the people still shorting. What are you doing? I took profits on my long. Yeah, that's it. And now I wait for just more consolidation. On the 15-minute time frame, I'm waiting for the 50-minute to consolidate. We just looked at U.S. tether dominance, likely going to continue to drop. My measured move takes you to 4.3%, and we'll see where that goes, right? So, exciting. And that's what you want to see. You got to see that the tether dominance is going to fall. With Bitcoin dominance together, they can create, a nice little frenzy for some pumpage. Shout out to Sean. Thank you so much. The Saudi AI blockchain group is going to work with Cody. That's pretty cool. Cody's been around a long time. I don't know what they're doing, man. I kind of gave up on them. And maybe, good luck. Hopefully they do well. You never know. So that's kind of what I see Bitcoin doing. I mean, the tether dominance doing further to the downside there. Let's take a look at the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Sup, Lifer, been with you since 2022 when we trade 3x longs on KuCoin. Amen. I talked about that today. I love that you said that. We traded 2 and 3x on KuCoin, man, with 2S, 3S tokens. I called the Luna bottom because the token looked hot and there wasn't much to trade that day. It's kind of crazy, Yeah, so the total market cap looks similar to a couple weeks behind the rest. Like we did this just a while back. We consolidated, got the bigger pump. So the total market cap has everything in it. And so when coins haven't really played out yet, they'll pull on it when coins played out. So it won't look as bullish as Bitcoin, but it'll look pretty dang bullish. That thing gets above the 200 MA, it's going to rip to the upside, right? If you go short, you're about to get hort. You're funny, man. Shout out to Jason Casper, man. And I'm live from Dubai, Jason. You got to come with me next time, man. You got to come with me next time, bro. You would have loved it. You would have met so many people. They would have went up to you. I know you. I watch your channel. Like people come up to me and say, I watch your channel. You changed my life, bro. And it's that I know you run the farm. And honestly, you got a family and you're doing your thing. But when people come out to you and tell you how much you've changed their life, and I'm sure it's happened to you many times. You're a man of many talents, but man, there's nothing. It's better than any currency in the world. The currency of love. Yeah, it's amazing. 96.6 Bitcoin getting the pumpage to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Doing damage here. Bitcoin. Wow, what a day, man. What a day, huh? Let's take a look at that crypto fear and greed index. It's at 53. Still a good time to buy. My humble opinion, 53 is actually a humble price. Everything, any thoughts on tiny gaming tokens like PZP? I actually hold a little bit of them. I'll take a look at PZP in a second. Yeah. Jason is curling the squat rock right now. I know, right? Been with you since 2020, Sam. Learned so much from you, and now I trade full time, and it's what I do for a living. Broke out of the matrix due to your hard work and dedication. So he says, been with you since 2020. I mean, if you were with me for 5 years, then yeah, you're going to learn how to trade. I learned so much from you. Now I trade full time, and it's what I do for a living. Broken out the matrix due to your hard work and dedication. So there's another person I broke out the matrix. Anyone else? Anyone else did I break out of the matrix? Let me know if I broke you out the matrix or helped you. You broke yourself out, but maybe I just kind of showed you how to make the key, showed you how to dig, showed you how to find the way out. All right. It's like, we're all sitting in Alcatraz. I borrowed my way out. I came back in to borrow you out. I didn't just go on my merry way. I could have just kept going, right? I made the gains in trading. I started helping. My channel gave me a place to talk, a place to be, Hi, Sam. I'm interested in AI fund, the AI agent space for possible 100x. I know it's high risk of the small market cap. I'm not going to risk much. Could you give your opinion? I mean, I liked that coin back in the day, but it was kind of a temporary pumper coin. I don't know if it's really going to do, and that AI fund. I remember when it first came out on the channel, it looked interesting. Getting close to the breaking out myself. Hey, God bless you. Sammy, I can't wait to tell you my story, how I found you, brother. I will one day tell you in person. God bless you. No dramas, man. I love you, man. Thank you. You gave me my name. God is love, man. Really? That's so cool, man. I love you, bro. Thank you. Fake out bull trap. Haha, buy shorts. I know, right? You're funny. Took a lot of hard work and dedication, but the sleepless nights. Amen. Amen. All right, let's jump back into Ethereum here and show you what's happening to ETH. A lot of people are like, why don't you go over ETH enough? Well, we do. But man, look at that. I said it could just keep ripping, and it is. I mean, oof. I moved the chart down. Let me do that again. If I move the chart down, will it keep going up? You move the chart down, the candle goes up. But wow, 96,800. I think we might be up $500 of the trade now. Like, this is the life. Yeah, 483 and rocking and rolling to the upside here. 30% gains on weeks, baby. Gains, baby, gains. 30% gains on week. What would you do with 30% gains? They barely make 7% a year in the stock market. What if we do with 30% gains in a day? In a day. Man, you would, Sim, did not see you a token. I was everywhere, man. If you didn't see me a token, man, I was everywhere, bro. Where you headed tonight? I'm headed to Karate Combat tonight. Yeah. So many people hit me up. I'm trying to see everybody. I would like to see you though and say what up. Yeah, but I'm going to head to Karate Combat. Get some dinner in a little while. And there's the bot entering along here. Everybody, I got a beautiful bot. I got access to a bot that trades unbelievably well. If you want access to it, I got a link here for you to sign up to my team that will kind of explain it. You need a team to explain the bot, all the different use cases, how you may use it, to really show you, how you can profit. So it's definitely important that you take a call with the team. And it's not my specific team, but it's the team that I'm working with. And they're awesome, man. They're really good people. I wouldn't work with people that weren't amazing. I tested and back tested and played with this bot for a long time. Before I even mentioned it to everybody, I made sure it turned 1 Bitcoin for me into 0.3 Bitcoin now. It was like 0.28 yesterday. It was probably 0.3 now. All right. Karate Combat is Friday, someone says. Bot enters along. We're pumping. Yeah, usually Karate Combat would not. Maybe Friday and another. I don't know. Hold on. Anyway, I don't know, man. I've been told I'm going to Karate Combat. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. How would you know, Plumber? Are you like a real crypto guy? I'm just messing with you, man. How much? He's like, what is that supposed to mean, right? Bot enters along. We're pumping. I know, right? Hey, Sam, do you drink water with lemon or lime? And can you take a look at the lime wire? I'm considering to buy. Thank you. I drink water with lemon in it. And I left my water behind me right there. Hold on 1 second. I just got to grab some water. I greatly appreciate you giving me a moment to grab my water. I'm back. It wasn't that fast. You can still hear me the whole time. I know I wasn't charting, but let me get some water. I'm very thirsty here. And it is sparkling water. Oh, nothing but the vest. Nothing but the vest for me, vos. And there it is. It's dark out now. I missed the sunset again. Like watching that sunset. Nah, it's okay, though. Blessings on blessings to each and every one of you. Oh, it's Crypto Fight Night tonight. Yeah. It's not Karate Combat. It's Crypto Fight Night. She probably just got it confused. I didn't want to go to Karate Combat. I wanted to go to Crypto Fight Night. I got to see my man, Michael Heckart, tonight. Michael's fighting Crypto Fight Night. Yeah, we're going to Crypto Fight Night tonight, not Karate Combat. The people call them the same thing. They get them confused. All right? Thank you, Crypto Plumber. Karate Combat is Friday night. All right. All right, we can get all the way to 3.3. Well, yeah, so hit the link if you want to learn about Minotaur. All right, I put the link right there. Minotaur Trading Systems. Find out more. Hit that link. I do get a beautiful commission by giving you this blessing of a bot that prints you money. I mean, I think it's a bit absurd. And it prints me money. I hope it prints you money. So I see a big breakout. I wouldn't be surprised if this daily gets above the 200 man the total. And then that's when I would start to open up massive trades. Once the daily opens up above the 200 MA, massive trades are going to ensue. This thing is going to boom to the upside in a major way. All right? Yeah, he's like, a lot of on. Yeah, who's fighting who? Yeah. Everyone wants me to fight. You know, Brian Rose is fighting tonight. You guys know Brian Rose? Brian Rose, he just, he started a channel years ago. He got up to 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, he was a boss. He had the most watched YouTube live stream in the history of YouTube, if you can believe that. He broke records. Unbelievable guy. Changed his life. He was an alcoholic too, but he was a multi-millionaire in the stock market in the UK, worked for big companies. Brian Rose right here, American-born podcaster and YouTuber. This guy's, I met him yesterday. I met him like a few years ago, but we hung out again yesterday. Awesome guy. We really do connect. We both like to dress all the way to the nines. We both like to get down to brass tacks. We both like to talk about stuff. He's a cool guy, interesting guy. But he'll be fighting tonight, I believe. He took a fight at Crypto Fight Night. And he's in 1971, right? I'm 42, man. So he's got 11 years on me. He's 53 and he's fighting tonight. He's in really good shape. I saw him and I told him, you're going to do great, man. I said, you're going to do great. He said, thanks, man. So I actually can't wait to see him fight. I mean, to see a 53-year-old guy go in there and throw it down, that's going to be a bit crazy. All right, so above the 200 MA on that total market cap, that says we can get more gains. It just says more gains are coming to us. Shout out to the 1,864 beautiful souls. You're amazing, man. I love all y'all. It's amazing we have this many people here in the stream. Unbelievable. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for all the 506 likes, which I'm receiving. Thank you for the $165 in chat revenue. My trades are paying. You guys are buying me dinners. I can't believe it. Shout out to everyone that super chats me and is also nice. I love y'all. And again, I gave you guys the trade of a moment, man. This thing is still booming to the upside. My trade is banging on them. I gave you guys a perfect entry, and it did not stop pumping. I'm 34. Let's fight, Sam. I don't know, Andy. I think I break your face, man. I've been in like 100 street fights. I don't want to hurt you, Andy, but consensus, man. I really don't, man. I'm a vicious man. Maybe you're as vicious as me. Who knows? I don't know. Well, now we got to start the banter, right? We'd sign something where, like, I won't break your jaw. Like, I just hit you just enough. Like, nah, but we don't want no violence, man. We love everyone. It's all love here on the channel. But you just brought the Boston in me, man. You challenged me to be in the ring. I had a... But, hey, we could get up to 3.31. If you fight Sam, you're fighting me. Jamie in the ring. Oh, man. I like to choke people out in my older days. Yeah, who didn't? You know what I mean? It was fun, right? Shout out to everybody here. We can go all the way up to $3.31 trillion. I could see it happening. Can you check our baby JASMY, please, from Nurky 530p? Thank you so much. Oh, Andy, thank you for laughing. I hope I didn't piss you off there. I was like, oh, I didn't know how... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got thick skin. You're in Dubai, though. You live here, right? I forgot that you live in Dubai. Ah... We got a link. We'll link. I got you on Telegram? Yeah. Start the spark. I know, right? I'll see you. You end up way bigger than I think you are on camera. And I'm like, oh, wow, you're like 6'8". I'm like, my bad. You put your hand on my head and you're like, get away from me, you 5'9" guy. You heard of plenty of you guys like you walking to the gym talking about they're undefeated and bad boys, but will never work out too well. What? You're so weird. Go to Boston and ask about me. You'll hear some stories. Sammy's hand should be insured. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. They won't let me, man. This hand touches this mic. You know how much money this hand makes on this microphone, on this mic, on this mouse? I can't let this thing get hurt. Total gets all the way up to 3.28. That's what we're looking for. We get above the 200 MA, and that's where price action starts to move, baby. We can get a beautiful move all the way up to $3.31 trillion, and that's going to get me going. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's just... So, when this green candle closes above, and even though we're overbought, everyone said, but we're overbought. The same thing happened right here. Sorry, I'm still in my draw mode. But the same thing happened right here. When we started this uptrend, we got very overbought. But we continued to plow to the upside, and it was just an awesome, awesome move that continued to rip us further and further up all the way. And then we got all the way to $3.3 trillion. That would be our next big target. You can see there's a point of control there, high volume nodes, price action all day long, right? You get above this, yeah, there it is. See, there's your high volume node. Then you get this gap. I mean, it's only a matter of time till we get back to this all-time high. Like, we only have to duplicate the move we just made. And I'm not doing this for fractal purposes, but I am just doing it to take like a bars pattern of this. You go from here to here and take the bars pattern. You flip it to the upper side there. And I mean, you just, you could just see like in how much time, by May 22nd, we could be almost at that all-time high. And it's May 1st. So, yeah, can we check Sen? The latest update was crazy. Oh, that's cool to know that they got a big update. Shout out to Ivan Roke. I love you for that. We've been in Zen for a long time, So we'll take a look. We'll see what happens. Shout out to Rave Song Records. Shout out to my man, the Martini guy, Jordan. I seen him here. Of course not, brother. I'll try and see you at Crypto Fight Night. Okay, I'll see you tonight. Go to Crypto Fight Night. I'll be there. We'll spar on the back for a little while. See, we'll get it going. And we actually know what's funny. We should build this up. And you should say you're on Twitter. You're gonna and I'll be like, Then we'll see each other, and I'll be staring at you, and we can edit it. I'll have my team edit it, and it'll be like, we could do something with that. Like the Aiden Ross, Shaquille O'Neal thing. People like that stuff, man. I don't know what. Man, we are all about love, and both our communities about the love, man. So we're just joshing around, but it's fun. Sin acting funny won't rip. Hey, you never know, though. Just let it chill. It's Bitcoin's turn right now. That's why a lot of coins aren't going to rip. They're going to watch Bitcoin rip. When Bitcoin finally kind of calms down for a second, it's about to go to 97,000. So we are gone, baby, gone. 97K is going to be a big winner, chicken dinner here. Look at that puppy. And that should be pumping the ETH trade too as well. That ETH trade should be going further to the upside. It's only a matter of time. 97,066 for Bitcoin. And let's take a look at BOOKMAP. I got BOOKMAP loading up and rolling up. BOOKMAP, link in the description below, shows you where the liquidity lies. Look, there's a nice stop loss right there at 97.5. We're likely going to go eat it. I see us going to take out those people at 97.5 very fast. So if you're at 97.5 and you're shorting, I got to tell you right now, as a guy who's been doing this for 17 years, you're very likely to get stopped out soon on your stop loss. And I'm not saying that because I'm long. I'm just telling you it's about time you're going to get murked. The shorts got absolutely wrecked today. Absolutely wrecked. I told you not to short when the 4-hour is above the 200 MA and the 1-hour is above the 200 MA yesterday on Crypto Factors channel on the live stream during Token 2049. He even called it out today and was like, Sammy called it. Look, zero fee fest. Trade Sol and Sui on 100 future pairs with zero fees, dude. Nobody does this but Mexi. Nobody does this but Mexi. Mexi has the best fee system in the game. Just nothing better. I know, there's nothing better. All right. But if it doesn't work for you, go to Weeks. Weeks also has good liquidity and fees. They're not as low as Mexi, but they're pretty dang low. And then BitDNX has higher fees, but fast action, price action, good liquidity, nice service, and some cool little tips, tricks, and just some of the things that make that trading experience on BitDNX just so fun and amazing. They're also a great company. They're fun. They got a really good marketing team. Hanging out with them, they rented one of the biggest parties last night. It was insane. The Weeks booth was the nicest booth in the whole space. I got to give it to them. They nailed it with their production. They nailed it with their marketing. They nailed it with their team. They got a new headquarters. They opening in Dubai. We had parties over there, get-togethers, played poker. It's amazing. I met MM Crypto, man. I met Mo Vlogs, that famous guy that vlogs with awesome people. And look, $97,000 Bitcoin. And there, the 92,000 was just 92K. What a rippage. Look, it was even kind of a head right shoulder there that continued to the upside. That ETH trade still continuing. We're going to bang on this ETH trade. I'm telling you, it's going to continue. I'm going to sell that ETH trade at I don't know, man, probably in a year. I think maybe eight months or something. That thing is going to rip. Amstack, what percentage you made from that long? I don't know. I'm in at 93,000 long and loving it. I love that. Trade on weeks with no KYC. Thank you, Love Learning. God bless you. Master definitely wrecking the shorts all day long, baby. 97,155. Corporate America now knows that they have to buy Bitcoin. I had a crazy trade. I had a crazy thought yesterday that, I don't know. I'm just going to bring it up. You may not want to hear it. Not everyone wants to hear this. Not everybody wants to hear this. I don't even want to hear it too much, but I'm going to break it down for you for a second here. I just want to ask you guys, could Bitcoin wreck the stock market? And hear me out, all right? And I just like to play with ideas. It's not always like, but could Bitcoin crash the stock market? Why? Why am I saying this? Well, if people keep saying this, if people keep saying what I'm about to say, right? I'm not buying your stock so you can buy Bitcoin. I'm buying Bitcoin, right? MicroStrategy is selling shares, right? Creating debt, selling shares, and then buying Bitcoin. Now, other companies are going to follow suit. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to create shares, sell the shares, buy Bitcoin. Who's going to buy those shares? People, right? Why would they buy the shares instead of Bitcoin? If the company's selling their shares for Bitcoin, they obviously want Bitcoin more than the shares, don't they? So why would I want your shares? So why would anyone want any shares? And then if every company is doing this because they feel like they have to compete, because if you don't compete, you're going to go down the tubes. Let's just say there's two soda water companies. They both make soda water. Great. One puts Bitcoin reserves. One doesn't. 10 years from now, one company's going to be way bigger than the other one. Period. If they have the same amount of sales, the same team, and everything goes well, the team with the Bitcoin reserves is going to be the best. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be the best. So the other company's going to do it too. So then if you have 90% of companies selling their shares for Bitcoin, is anyone going to buy the shares? Now, here's another idea. What if you get late to the party, no one's going to buy your shares, and you won't be able to raise your shares for Bitcoin because you're too late. And everyone's going to say, I'd rather buy Bitcoin than your shares, and you're not going to anyone to buy your shares, and that's going to happen. There's going to be someone late to the table on this run. 97,360 for Bitcoin, getting a massive pump for BTC. The trade is on, baby. The trade is on. The trade that I gave you guys is absolutely ripping to the upside. And my trade on weeks is continuing to bang on them. This is unbelievable. I come to the stream for a massive pump. 97,400. Let's go. I don't want to get kicked out of the hotel, but let's go. I'm in Dubai. I got to be quiet. You know, I can't be like, this ain't New York City. This ain't the Bronx. This ain't the Boogie Down. You know what I mean? This ain't the Boogie Down Bronx, bro. This ain't where Big Pun was born. Amen, right? And look, the parabola, we talked about it earlier today about the movement to the upside, about the we went over this. I taught it on Crypto. Yo, you got to go watch Crypto Factor today. If you can, I'm on that channel giving you guys some real good sauce. Unbelievable. I've lived the day already, everyone. It's almost 8 o'clock at night here, 7:15. It's dark out. We've been pushing it's been a long day in the heat. I had a blast networking, having meetings, meeting the right people for the right reasons, knowing exactly what the meeting's about and what I want to accomplish at that meeting. That's how you go into situations like this. You don't just go blindly to Dubai. You have a vision, an idea of what you would like to accomplish and the person that you're trying to meet to accomplish that situation. You know, a couple of my friends saw I was in Dubai. They're heavy businessmen. They contacted another businessman who was in Dubai, and they put us in contact. I met two more people from friends of mine that contacted those guys to say, hey, my buddy Sam Price, big crypto dude, he's out there. You may want to bump in. Now everyone wants to meet the life or people want to come down. This is what happens when you dedicate yourself to your craft of any type. You push yourself to to the utmost, highest points of success. You don't stop. You don't use drugs and alcohol. I've been sober this entire trip, right? Me and Jamie, nothing. Just me and him, just natural air, right? The highs of life, man. That's all you need. Life will get you so high if you just stay fresh with life. There's the highs of life waiting for you every day, everybody. So Bitcoin pumping on the 1 hour time frame. This thing could continue. How are we going to know it's going to continue? We have to get into the smaller time frames right now. We have to find out. You want to get in out of your trade. You might want to sell. You don't know what to do. Let me help you. Let's talk about it for a second. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to give you the education to help you to calm yourself down, to not use your emotions so you can get yourself, becoming a profitable trader over time. Again, I can't guarantee anyone will become profitable because it depends on your emotions and how you feel, but I can show you the highest probability plays that make the most sense and that make it happen. Oh, I don't realize I had 2 jars there. I don't need 2 jars. That's funny. I'm double fisting over here with the tip jar. That's so funny. Why is there double jar? I want the big jar. Where's the little jar? I want a big jar, little jar. That's funny. I can't find the other jar. I don't know why there's 2 jars. I put the jar on that jar and it will look kind of cool. You won't really notice that it's 2 jars. So funny. Unless the... Yeah. That's fresh. I like that. That's crazy. All right, so I want to see this. Now, I did this earlier today around here. We made the flag. We got the breakout. Came back down. Got the pump. They are going off stop losses now. Be careful. 97,100. Getting closer and closer to $100,000 Bitcoin. Now, that gets tight. We continue to pump. Let's babysit that week's trade. Let's see what's happening to it. It should be banging on them to the upside now. Doing Damage cheese in the house of 547. Imagine an extra 500 on top of your gains today. Right? And this is how you do it, baby. And we can't lose this trade. And now, look, I'd move that stop loss even right to here now. You know, the key areas that are going to be protected by the previous support. This continues to pump. I'm locking in the gains. Now I locked in 80% of what I got going on. And we got a beautiful trade here on Weeks. Join Weeks. Hit the QR code. Referral code is 86 for the life of baby. You can't forget it. 8SIX. I'll see you there. Jump on in. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we're banging on them, man. Banging on them. Send that to X right now. Gains, baby. Gains. You know. Gains on Weeks. Oh, it did that. But it did the... Interesting. It threw my campaign out there. I wanted to show the gains, baby, gains. Am I crazy, PR, or am I thinking we can see a huge pump tomorrow? Spot on. I told them we were going up, baby. We talked actually last night. We were both in a long. Guy asked me how my trip was doing. What a nice guy. Can you please look at KARRAT? You have it to us. KARRAT has an A in it, not an O. It's KARRAT with an A, I believe. You see what I'm saying? Now, all coins are going to wait their turn. We got to wait for Bitcoin to kind of find its move. All right? Every time I tell my daughter to buy some Bitcoin, it goes up the next day. Let me know when you tell her. I know, right? Hey, blessings. We're set up to touch 99K by tomorrow, Crypto Liver. You were on point, brother. We're set up to touch 99K. Thank you. Who made gains listening to my education? Who made gains taking trades that they learned from me, like how to do the trade? Put a 333 if you're up. If you made gains, put a 444 if you paid yourself and took some profits. I want to see how many people paid themselves. I want to see how many people are in the gains. How many people love this channel because the channel helps them get paid. It gives them the education that leads to getting gains. I want to know. Let me know. Education. I'm teaching. I do not waste time. I like to talk about a few things, be more personable, but I want to make sure you guys are making gains. Let me see those 333s in the chat. Let's see what's going on. Bitcoin consolidates. We are going to have a massive altcoin weekend. A huge pump for these altcoins. Shout out to the 2,065 beautiful souls here. 642 likes, $187 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. Look at all the 333s and the 444s. People are getting paid today. That means they got in and they got paid. Got in, got paid. Got in, got paid. Got paid. Made the trade. Hundreds of people with the 333. Mad love to Sam Price, the legend from the West Coast. S. Cali, God bless you. Shout out to John Crypto Bravo. We love you, man. Thank you. Shout out to Honda Man. Shout out to Juan Pratt. Shout out to Go to the Gym, bro. I had stubby fingers. You gave that in chat. I had stubby fingers. You gave that to us in the chat. I don't know what he said. Yeah. Gonna position a trade a bit more. Man, what a move. What a move. So I took off my big trade because, you know, why be in stress? And I locked in profits on my smaller trade to make sure that I will end the day as a profitable day trader. Today will be a profitable day of day trading. Like, why do it any different? Why have it go any other way? So that's how I look at it. That's how I like to play it that way. Now, if we lose the 21-day moving average, this is going to start dropping down to the 200 MA. If it bounces, it's going to pump. So there's a chance that we lose this trade here. I'm taking my profits. I like to get that 500 if I may. All right. Looks like I'm going to get close to it. Well, imagine it pumps from here and I never get stopped out. I've seen this, that would be a perfect entry right there. Now, what if it pumps and I'm left out of the pump? So it's okay. Everyone's so stressed about what if it keeps going? I should have made more money. Okay. Then it keeps going. Then it pulls back, and I get into the next flag tomorrow, and I make gains. Then I short it because it's overbought, and I wait for it to come back down to a key level on the daily. I don't stress anymore. I don't live in fear. The only reason you would sell and watch it pump is because you lived in fear, and you had FOMO of missing out. If you don't live in fear, then you just live in the love that you got from the gain. And then you can say, dear Lord, thank you for the gain you gave me. I'm so grateful. And now you have gratitude. Now gratitude leads to abundance. Bang, now you're in there. So you gotta really, there's two traders in the world. The guy that says, I wish I could have stayed in. Bitcoin kept pumping, and all day he sits there. I made $3,000. I should have made $6,000. And then there's a guy that's like, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. I'm so blessed. Now, this is likely to come down to the 200 MA now. And I would have lost maybe $100 to $200 on that trade if so. Maybe not. Maybe it continues to pump, but I covered myself. I took the 500. We made gains. We're moving the needle in many directions on many exchanges. And things are going our way. So blessings on blessings to everybody out here. Thank you so much for the love. And I greatly appreciate it. Like, this has been an amazing experience. So, unbelievable. I love making gains, and I love helping you guys make gains, and I love when I'm out there. I missed the big TC pump. Now looking for an altcoin pump. All right, well, now it's about 11:23. And if you know me, it's time to kind of head on into altcoins. And we spend a lot of time on the altcoins now because that's when we know the money's coming. And so the first thing I want to look at what's hot right now in the last hour. See if anything kind of changed hands, anything's ripping bigger than we thought it may. Then we're going to kind of zero on in as we continue to go throughout the process. I'm going to show you some gains that we've made recently in the trading group that are pumping out of control, and we're going to go from there. Just in the last hour, we have 2% around the board. 7, in the last 24 hours, 5, 6, 7%. Optimism looks interesting. Internet Computer Store IP. Caspa. They all may be ready. Caspa's been on a tear recently. I'm going to jump into Caspa right now. We're going to start with this. Now, this could bounce. We want to see the 21 come up. So we're on the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to leave you with a Bitcoin kind of idea here. You want to see this come up. You want to see this go sideways. We could continue to rip to 99,276, and that could happen today. And, we could be there it says by 1 in the morning tonight, we could be at $99,000 Bitcoin. All right? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Now I've 96x'd my Bitcoin, almost 97x'd the Bitcoins that I bought back in the day there, and that's unbelievable. All right? Can you check out AI Rocket? All right. First thing is first, let me duplicate this. Oh, no, I got my... All right, cool. Housecoin, I put it out there. It did an absolute rippage to the upside. It was insane. AKT, I put it right there. It blasted past 128 and did absolute damage. Shout out to anyone that got into any of those trades that I put out or any of the other trades that I've been going through. All right. First time I made gains. Thank you. Shout out to Arlene T. I love when people make their first gains with the lifer. Just the coolest thing in the world. It's the coolest thing in the game. They're like, I made gains with the lifer. Be like, you're the best, So first thing I want to look at is the super chat here. Looking forward to learning and growing. Started my 99 Club journey with you today. Looking forward to learning and growing with the group. You're going to have a blast. It's the place you want to be. You've been a part of the stream for a long time, so you might as well be part of the group. Sam, are you going to Bitcoin 2025 Vegas? Yes. And if you want to join Bitcoin Las Vegas, I do have... Oh, send me that, Sean. Oh, there it is. Why is it not there? Sean, send me Bitcoin Las Vegas if you can. I don't seem to have it on call for some reason. I should, though. Like, I might have actually stashed it in the hard drive. But I have a link to Bitcoin Las Vegas in the description. I'd like you to use my link. I do get a commission. And we can all hang out, too. Meet the lifers, hang out. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited. You should be excited. You're going to meet your tribe. You'll never forget it. I never forgot any Bitcoin, any crypto event I ever go to. It's awesome. They're unbelievable. But, and there's money-making connections to be had. Like, anyone can dabble in cryptocurrency and find their way. Just show up and say, I'd like to be a part of it. There's got to be some place for me to find my way. You could work for an exchange. You could work for a coin. You could work for a different group of people. There's so much opportunity in the space. Just stop telling yourself there isn't, and you'll find it. Bitcoin looks bullish, man. Like it's going to flag out and continue to pump here. I'm seeing some really bullish signs here for Bitcoin. Looking absolutely lovely. Like it wants to rip. One thing, the coolest thing, out. 99,155 here. Me Casper will keep gaining and holding out better in the dips, just like Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm still in Casper too. We eating steak, Sammy. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. We're going to the Hell's Kitchen. You're coming with me. I got Ray Song Records, I think his wife, and that's me, you, my sister, and I did it for 7. So it's Crypto Billy, my sister, and me. Ray Song Records. We have 2 more people that can join that dinner. 2 more people. Maybe Jimmy can come and someone else, or maybe a lifer can come. We'll see. I like to give a lifer the experience that doesn't ever get to go out to like a lifer that's maybe, just getting started, hasn't really had the chance to go to a big dinner like that. And I like to take them out and show them a really, really good time. And we'll probably do that we'll probably do it once or twice while I'm there. I'm only there 2 nights really. So I originally started with 500. Now I'm making life-changing trades. Joey Crypto Bravo, I love hearing that. Tell your friends it's going to be a great 2025 in crypto. Everything is going our way, everybody. 97,198 for BTC. Unbelievable. Remember, I bought $84,000 Bitcoin. I bought about $150,000 Bitcoin on that at those levels. Continues to pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for these gains. Put me down. I'm going solo. Juan Prats, you're in, dude. You're in, Juan. Email my wife right now. CryptoLifers@gmail and say Hell's Kitchen, and you're in. You're in, Juan. I know Rob's a server there. That's why I'm going there. Rob told me how great the place is. Rob's my buddy, man. Shout out to Greg. I'm like friends with Rob. We're not just YouTubes. Like, I know the guy. We became friends, man. Can you look at Casper, please? Where is the dinner in Dubai? It's all over the place. I've been getting taken out to dinner, honestly, in Dubai. I went out to dinner last night. We had, like, busy meeting. We have a lot of people, come here, come to the marina, come over here, come over there, And we kind of, like, some of the meetings we have to kind of go to. Here in Dubai, it's very business-like. Even my business, my meetings are my business meeting, My network is climbing. Just bought a new car. I'm going to be on these trips soon. Might even get to invite you to a consciousness trip. I know you're going to invite me to a consciousness trip. See, you don't realize that all of you are already multimillionaires. Because I set it in my mind to become a multimillionaire before I was. And I knew I would become one. Because of my thoughts. And I'm projecting these thoughts onto you guys. And you guys are programming yourselves to believe that you're going to become multimillionaires. So you know what happens now? Once the mind is programmed, reality follows. So, in my humble opinion, I'm sitting with 2,000 multimillionaires right now for sure, without a doubt in my mind. Without a doubt in my mind. If the only thing that's going to stop you from becoming a multimillionaire is your thoughts telling yourself you're not. That's it. You keep telling yourself it's not worth it for you. You don't deserve it. You don't have the emotional stability to say that it's something that you deserve, and you think you should go, be down in the dumps. It's just not fair to you. Plays app just never seemed to come back. Like, no one took it too seriously. I did buy some of this coin back in the day, but hey, it was speculative. We were up huge, though. Is it going to come back? I don't know. Looks pretty garbage to me. It's at the lowest of the lows. Is the 200 MA hovering somewhere where you get that pump? Yeah, it may pump up to the 200 MA. I've seen this before. But it looks lack of low liquidity. People gave up on it. There's a chance you're buying the bottom and it resurfaces. It's hard for me to tell at this point, right? Bro, I broke the seal yesterday. What does that mean, you broke the seal? I don't know what that means. Like, are you having a kid or something? Like, ching. Not yet, but the next dinner in Dubai is on us. Can you email CryptoLifers@gmail? Tell them who you are. Just give them your first and last name. I got to know who I'm meeting. And say, and give us a number to contact. And I'll have my wife research who you are, and if she decides it's worth me meeting you, she will give you my number, or she'll give me your number, and we will meet. I don't mean to be rude. That's just the process. That's how it works. And she has a team that kind of finds out who people are and stuff. And I'm sorry, but it is what it is. We got to protect Daddy from, he's got kids. But yeah, just send us your first and last name if you can, if you're willing, and let us know your plans, your ideas, who you are, what you do in Dubai. Just give us some backstory. And, yeah, I'd love to have dinner, man. And I'm down. And you probably know the spots. I don't know. I'm just going where the wind takes me here. And it's been amazing. I've been having a blast doing it. Let's take a look here at Sentinel Protocol, Sentio. I'm in this thing, and it got trunched to the downside. They got new updates, but will it ever come back? I don't know, man. Some of these were so speculative at the beginning, you know. Maybe it gets a few pumps, though. Could get back to 18 cents, possibly. It is in a cup and handle. They got some updates, oversold. I expect to bounce. The whole market's moving. I expect Sentio to go to 11 cents not too long from now. It's a pretty big move, considering how small it is, right? Let's take a look at KARRAT, USDT here. KARRAT, baby, KARRAT. All right. Now, KARRAT's eventually just going to move up to the 200 MA, but it's going to take time. It could take 2 days. It could take 3 days. You don't know how long this will take. All you do is keep your stop loss below the 21 and let it go. That's it. It's a very simple strategy. When these are tight, 90% of the time, they're going to pump up. Price might tap it and rip back down. I've seen that. And that's a strategy I've been teaching my students. And again, I'm not going to go over too thoroughly here because I'm inside my trading group. I mean, you really want to know what I was about to tell you there, but I had to hold back a little bit. I'll dangle the carrot. You know, it is what it is. I'm sorry, but I got gems, man. I know things. So I saw this as a cup and handle for JASMY. I really did. Even though the cup was a little funky with a double bottom there. But even into pumps to the upside. I see JASMY making gains, at least to that apex there of the cross line, the measured move, and the support and resistance, that resistance area at about 0.1969. I see a move for JASMY. The 12-hour looks absolutely beautiful. JASMY, baby, JASMY. And it's only a matter of time. Yeah, I see it going probably to 2 cents. Amazing. Amazing. Just hit the refresh, man. Just hit the refresh. We'll be fine. We have 2,332 people here on the live. And they did something to the, I'm on some hotel internet. It's fine now, though. Oh, it says no data now? The stream will be shut off? No. Saying I got no data now in the stream. But I'm still going, though. I got no errors on my side. It seems like they cut me off, man. I was doing great. No data. The stream will end shortly unless you restart in your streaming software. I didn't undo it. I think it's going to come back. I got a feeling the stream's going to come back because I didn't get any errors here. Just hold on tight. Refresh the page, baby. We were just getting too big. We got to 2,300 people and they had to crush us back down to 5. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. No data. I think the stream's done, right, Jamie? What happened to me? You never know. Is it something I say online? I never, I don't trust this. I really don't. Dang, man. Stream just decided it was going to cut off. The internet's great. Everything's great. Stream just decided it was going to cut me off while I was rocking and rolling with 2,300 people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, everything is fine. Seems to be like a YouTube thing. Everything is fine. No errors on I've never seen this in my life. And I've done this for years. It's like I'm getting nailed somewhere else down the line. But my system can't see any of it. They're doing something to my data on the back end. Yeah, I'll go back for another half hour. Finish off the stream. We could end it there. We did a good one, but I'm ready to push it. Yeah, it was going well. I was feeling great. I feel like it could reconnect. I've never seen it do this, so I'm like, I wonder if I hit stream and stream again, if it will reconnect to the same. No, it'll just make a new stream immediately. Someone said we're back. Yeah, I got 2,000 people here now. It's weird. I think it's going to come back somehow. I don't know why. It's some YouTube server. Come on, YouTube. Watch this. Dear Lord, remove that yellow line, man. Let's get it moving, baby. Let's get it going. Am I still live? Maybe I'm still live. Huh? I'm back, right? All right, cool. All right, 1,892 people kicking with me. Hey, just focus. Focus, baby. We're in Dubai, a bunch of buildings. We're doing the best we can every day here. What's said about gold? I don't know. Okay. So JASMY looks great. I like what I'm seeing for JASMY. We could head to 02163 here. Key level. I kept my cool, man. I didn't mess with everything, and everything kind of seems to come back. Still got a beautiful 1,937. I'm blessed. Okay. We get up to 021252 for JASMY, and I see a big move for these altcoins coming, everybody. I really do. You do what you want, but when the stochastics are that low on the 12-hour time frame, you get tightness between the 21 and the 200, and you're riding that upper trend line, and that's an uptrending cup and handle for JASMY. I own this coin myself personally. It's in my long-term portfolio. I like the basically it gives me some exposure to another part of the continent in a way, and it, make some gains here over time. So I'm excited for my JASMY hold and where it could take me. And I've been holding it for almost over a year now too. So it's taken a time. All right. Okay. Now it's working. You're still going. Good now, buddy. Yeah. You're still live. Yeah, of course, man. I have 2 phones, and I use one just for the business and hotspot. Amen. Yep. We're good, man. You're Gucci, baby. We're in the Matrix now. I know. It was just loading for me. Now, you crashed because they gave you too much alpha. We were running it. We had 2,400 people. The stream was blowing up. I saw the numbers. It's one of our biggest streams ever. We were just booming it. Now I got no data again. Now they're telling me it's over, man. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. Good to see the only couple people I watch on YouTube. Now the error's back, but I'm there, so. Am I good now, Jamie? Yeah. No, I never left. I don't know. It's like we got intercepted. I'm checking it on my phone. I'm checking on my phone right now. $200 in chat revenue. You never left, sir. Was freezing, but you never went nowhere. Thank you, brother, for the $20 super chat. God bless you. We're going to look at Sweez and Tars AI. We ain't done yet, baby. We ain't done yet. We go till 10 to 12, man. The show is not over until the show is over. All right? I'm going to see verification that the stream's on. I got it now on my phone, so I can see it running. It looks beautiful on the phone, man. All right. Super chats. Let's take a look at Sweez and Tars AI. Tars, we made some gains. So let's take a look at what's happening with Sweez on MEXC and find out what we're seeing here for Sweez. So Sweez, again, it's doing what I love. Like, we made the Twisted Sister, and then it made a King Head. A little interesting. King Head, like a shoulder, head, and shoulder there. Let's break it down for Sweez. We got to go to the weekly on Sweez. It's a big coin. Man, it's been moving a lot recently. So it bottomed. I called the bottom for Sweez. I really did. I bought 225, 180. It went to 191. I think it went to low as 176. Unbelievable. Sent 5 Crypto Lifer memberships. Thank you, Will Shannon. You guys are awesome. Whenever the powers that be come at me, you guys come out even stronger. You're like, you know what? We're going to make this community stronger than ever, man. Shout out to Ichimo, Cloud, Sky Blue, Frankie Legend, Sarah's Grayson, and Nikki T, who all jumped on that membership. Smart move. Smart move. Watchers, Force, close YouTube, and reopen stream fixes it. Thank you, Jessica. If you're watching the stream, refresh the stream. You'll get right back on. And then you guys will turn the stream back up in a second. All right? Yeah, it never cut me out. Most of it kept some people or glitched on your end. Thank you. So look at this. And thank you for doing that with the membership. So Sweez looks beautiful, and it's on its leg. It's taken 2 weeks, and it's on its next leg to the upside. I see it headed to $7.18. That's where Sweez is headed to. $7 SWE would be a pretty good place to take some profits, in my humble opinion. So I'm looking for a $7 SWE. Everyone, if you want to jump on in and trade where I trade, links in the pinned comment up here. In the pinned comment right here, which will make it very easy. Weeks, Bit2Nex, or MEXC. MEXC least amount of fees. Bit2Nex, awesome exchange with good liquidity, and Weeks with lesser fees and an awesome, really good experience too as well. I open up, what I like about Weeks is I can open up multiple USDT trades and they don't combine. MEXC doesn't really have that yet. Bit2Nex doesn't have that yet. What I like about Bit2Nex is the fast trading on the small time frames because I can use the stop losses instantaneously. And MEXC has low fees, so I like them all. They all have something that gets me going a little bit. You know what I mean? Weeks is really becoming my awesome premier exchange. I like them. They're like my day-to-day. But, I've been using MEXC for a long time, too. I like it. So it's just been you find your way. I mean, I used to use KuCoin a long time ago. Now I don't even, they just didn't stop servicing people the best way. And these new exchanges found ways to get themselves in the market. That's what happens. People get complacent. And then new companies are able to do things, put more effort in with less money because they're willing to work harder for the client. And that, that's just what happens. So I'm looking for SWE on the weekly. It's going to go sideways. I don't see that happening. Let's kind of zoom into the further time frame. Also, you want to pull a Fibonacci whenever you do a retracement like this and see what's happening. See, we retraced all the way back down to the 786 Fibonacci retracement and got a beautiful bounce. Bam. Ye of little faith, you are good. Amen. Always have faith. Amen. Yeah. It's all good and never cut out for us. Shout out to Love Learning. She never lost it. Little Muhammad is jamming the street. That's not funny, man. I wouldn't say stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. Because now I'm repeating it and it's disrespectful, man, to a whole entire nation of people. I don't know. Maybe you don't mean that, so I'm just going to move on. But, have some respect for yourself, man. By having respect for others. You know what I mean? When you disrespect others, it shows you have no respect for yourself. And that you don't want to represent your family like that. So, shout out to everybody here. $7.83 does look like the target. A bounce off the 786 Fibonacci level, and that is a golden move right there. That's the golden pocket, but the 786 is that known retracement. Look at that. Money printer. Bang, bang, bang. Let's move further into the 5-day chart. 5-day chart looking good above the 21-day moving average. You want to see the bigger time frames or above the 21. Very, very key. Let's take a look at our 3-day chart. Our 3-day chart starting to flag out and get busy. It could pump from here. And this is going to take me now to the daily. The daily, doing what Bitcoin did not too long ago, just sitting inside of a flag, and I just expect this to bounce. It is a breakout right now, but I expect this to bounce. And honestly, I'm going to give it's kind of a late trade in the way I trade because I like to get in that wick on the low, and it's doing what Bitcoin's doing, but it's going to follow. And then once Bitcoin goes sideways, I think this continues. So there's right there a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio with the stop just below the 200 MA and take that daily to the upside. And again, maybe not, but even though the RSI is a little high, the stochastics are a little high, I still see a possible big move here for Bitcoin. I really do. So, hey, anything can happen. Let me jump into the Discord here, and I'm going to post these links to the Discord. But SWE looks good. My charts tell me that an entry, even now, even though it's a bit late, if you buy now, though, you might be down for a little bit afterwards. You might want to look at the smaller time frames for perfect entry. But if you got somewhere to go and you can see it on the bigger time frame and you're not caring about the ups and downs, I don't care about the ups and downs, I would just get in. I might be down to G, but as long as I don't go below the 200 MA on the daily, I don't really care. If I go below there, then I'm concerned. But if I don't go below there, I'm not concerned. No big deal, right? So let's take a look at TARS AI, one of the bigger gainers I gave in the channel recently. We put it right here, ripped to the upside. What's going to happen now to TARS AI? Well, I started building the next possible idea with my twisted sister using quantum theory, right? By the, which way will price action take the path? How will we go? And then we just take whatever path it goes. I like what's going on here. You got kind of a cup and handle vibe, right? You do. You got TAI cup and handle, but you got a nice cup and handle. Then you're looking for your support and resistance that matters. And honestly, there's even a little wiggle right here that seems to kind of hang out right about that key area. I look at this area, look at this area. And so right where we wicked it, you can see, resistance, resistance, resistance. Bounce, bounce, resistance. Fell through, came back inside. So that's a key area. So I'd like to see us bounce off that level. I'd like to see us bounce or maybe slow wick and then get back above it. So TARS AI looks like we're about to do some damage and continue further to the upside, in my humble opinion. And I could be wrong, but this looks good to me. And I'm seeing a 21-cent TARS AI. Let's do a fib retracement, see if it gets all the way to the 786. I mean, yeah, you might come a little lower. We don't want to see it lose that support. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah. So I'm seeing you could possibly, another buy at 7.6 is possible. Limit order down there for me would not be too bad. TARS AI. And I believe when this coin really starts to move, it's going to move pretty fast and hard and eventually get to some pretty big levels. So it's backed by the Solana, son. It's backed by the Solana Foundation, which is exceptionally interesting. And that's awesome too. So we can get all the way to about 0.21 cents for TARS AI. So that's what I'm watching closely here. TARS AI for a move all the way up to 21 cents. Now, it may come down a little lower and catch a wick to 77 there. I might even go a little lower than 77, but as long as that 21 starts to come into price, I can see a move back up to the 200-day moving average for TARS AI. That thing looks money. Looks absolutely money. I like what I'm seeing there for TARS AI. Okay, live with Maria. You never left, bro. Thank you. The name of the exchange game. I know I had 2,300 people there, though. They knocked me down 800 people again. So funny. I don't care. I'm super happy. We had a great stream. I know we can get it back, so it's all fine. Sui and Solana have been very strong, but it's time for the boss to take over soon. But it isn't time for the boss to take over soon. What about Sui? Thank you. Is the TAI token metrics coin or not? I can't remember. No, it's not. No, that's TARS AI. Yeah. Not even close. Not even close. RWA is getting hot. I'm going to give you a couple RWA plays that I look at personally. Again, you'd have to get your own education, figure it out, do your own research. I'm looking at Relio. Why? This coin's small, all right? Had a big play when RWA was hot recently and took some market share out of that sector. I think it could continue to do so, and it's lower than it was before. Nothing has changed about the actual trajectory of the company, what their product is, and what they plan on doing. So this tells me that this could go on a massive tear to the upside. I'm looking at this as a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder sliding, starting just to get made there. And then, of course, stop below that head of the inverted head and shoulder. It could just drop down. You never know. But the odds are starting to look pretty good. That's going to take as a higher low to the upside for Relio. And this is a coin that I really, really like, an RWA, that is kind of not on the radar enough. Nobody, only like OGs and like real deep divers tend to know this coin. But, look at that forming pennant. Look at the way it's getting tight. You got to tell yourself, go look at all the pumps that ever happened in the world. Go find green candles on the daily. Then zoom in into the small time frames. You're going to see they were making flags. So 99% of the time when a trade or asset has to move, it's going to move with a flag. You see what I'm saying? So reset your app or refresh, everybody. Refresh the app. Refresh the app. Simple. Just hit the refresh button. Try it one time. Just refresh it. Restart your app or refresh it. If you're on your phone, restart it. I still got it. It never left. I'm watching it here. It's doing great. It's doing absolutely amazing. Look, I'm on the stream while you're watching the stream. That's kind of bugged out, right? It's kind of like a loop, like a reality playback loop. Like that's me after me doing me now me, but I'm still live at the same time with me at the same time. So now if you watch you're going to see me in the me. Now I see the phone in the phone, which is kind of bugging me out because I can see the phone in front of me, but I'm in the phone. And I'm also in the phone. You get it? But that's me here that was in the phone, but the phone's in front of me. I'm just messing around, but it's... Oh, man. So that looks nice. I got another play, too, I like, which is... This one's super small, though. And I just figured it's a little low. It's like the budget... The volume is tiny on this puppy, but that also gives it more risk, more reward, right? So I put this out bricking not too long ago, and we talk about how things get up to the 200 MAs, right? And you can see this thing is up. So bricking I put out not too long ago, up 12%. Looks like it could continue to 20 cents and hit the target. It's only a matter of time. It hits that target. Bricking, BKNN. All right. Oh, BKN. Sorry, I thought it was BKN. No, but it has two Ks. I knew it had two something. It has two Ks in it. All right. Brickin'. And it's up from when I put it out. Okie dokie. Let's take a look back at BOOKMAP, see what's happening to BOOKMAP. So we never got to that 97.5. Right? We got pretty high. We got to 97.2. Now they're back at 96.9, and I'm sitting. That's why I'm not in the trade right now. I'm just kind of sitting pretty. I'm gonna leave you a last minute Bitcoin update when we're done here. It's about a couple minutes of the stream, and we'll finish up and show you what's happening. Bricken, RWA. RWA is going to start waking up. People are going to start paying attention. Gaming's going to start waking up. People start paying attention. One coin I want to look at had a huge pump recently was Games for a Living. We got into it like almost 2 years ago now at this point. It was my low cap sleeper gem at the very, very beginning, and it had that massive move up. Then I had it there, and then it came right back down for the sell-off. Got rejected by the 200 MA on the 8-hour time frame. Almost no love, right? If it ever gets back above the 8-hour 200 MA, I'd like to take it somewhat seriously. Until then, I'm all set. Let's take a look at GALA. I just want to see, it's kind of the more premier coins in gaming. And if this thing's starting to get some, a buzz or starting to pump pretty nicely, then it could tell us a story really quick. So the 8-hour here for GALA is showing signs of a big move. Why? Well, that's my model. We're in a flag with the 200 inside and the 21 on the other side. Only a matter of time till GALA doesn't move. I like GALA here. I mean, that would be a nice leverage trade possibly for GALA. But I use very small leverage when altcoins, like even 3x can be a little bit, a little much. So to me, it's no more than 3x. It's very small. And that's how I control it, Every time I try to do what I do with Bitcoin, no way, because the volatility isn't the same. The price action isn't the same. It's very small ball. And, you got to know what you're doing. Let's take a look at GALA. Now we have an excellent connection. I don't know what happened there. It just, YouTube servers, man. Doing the best they can to service people all around the world every single day. It is what it is. But we had one of the biggest streams ever. We were cracking on. But you know what? Maybe that gave people FOMO. The next time they get that, they subscribe, they'll come back again. So no stress here. I'm super excited. 90% of the stream was unbelievable. So BONGO is coming back. Tiana, please. We'll take a look at BONGO for sure. Shout out to Billy Bab Swagger. Shout out to Squirrel. Shout out to US30, please. Refresh app and you will be fine. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I try to be here every day, sucking the sauce up like a swamp. Hey, do what you got to do, man. Got to 97.528 on Coinbase. Oh, that's pretty good to know. BONGO is back. Let's take a look at BONGO. But GALA does look good to me. I like what I'm seeing for GALA. BONGO on MEXC, BONGO Cat, BONGO. Like PopCat, BONGO Cat, right? And remember, I swung trade PopCat earlier today. We're going to talk about that. That's what I did in the trading group. We're going to break that down for you, see what's happening there with that swing trade. 1971 here for BONGO, the cat. And, maybe it continues to pump. My target would be 1971. All right. I'm not into it. I don't think I'd take it. But, hey, someone asked for it. I went over it. There you go. Let's take a look at AR on the super chat from the Coachy Coker in the house. Bitcoin about to print that bearish manipulation candle next. Hey, anything could happen. Wow, that looks great to me. It's a bear flag. Oh, what did I do here? Let me smaller time frame scalp. Did it play out? Oh, so that broke out, but it kind of went sideways, you see? It was up, though. You would have been up. On a leverage trade, you would have hit the target, the first target. But you have to know that's your next resistance. You got to break through that. We did get a move, though. The entry there, it did get a move. It didn't move half as hard as it could have went sideways, though. I see a bigger time frame idea, though. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Even that 8-hour, but that looks like a W to me. All right, W's break out 68% of the time, so that's a W. It's a W over here. W's. Hey, kiddo. It's a W's. Alphabet cereal over here. So can this get to 8178 for Bitcoin? Airweave. Looking beautiful. I see this thing doing damage cheese all over the place. This thing could boom. Doing damage here. 16% gains for Airweave. Target would be, drumroll please, and it's going to be, I almost pulled it off. Ding. $8.19 for Airweave. You heard it here first. Likely that you can use the stop loss here too as well, below 653. Because you have a previous support as resistance and you're conglomerating, the moving average getting tight, things could move. Arkham is looking bullish to me. I got a call on Arkham in the trading group. Bang, bang, bang. We got Bonk. We got Pepe. I met Pepe today. I really did. I met Pepe. You guys want to see what Pepe looks like? I met the real Pepe today. Yeah, it was unbelievable. What a great experience. Unbelievable. Like, meeting Pepe was one of the greatest times of my life. See what I'm saying? Hey, Pepito. So, the last time I gave Bonk was right here out of this flag, and Bonk just hit the target. You can see, when did I give the flag? Let's go take a look and see for Bonk. That's why it's always nice to have these, like, the searchable items here. It really makes it amazing. So, the last time I put out Bonk, pretty sure I put out this trade. Maybe someone asked about it on the live stream. Bonk, baby, bonk. Well, a lot of people say the word bonk in the trading group. So anyway, that played out. It definitely hit the target. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I gave it to the group, but I don't see it anymore. I'm wondering if I put USDT without a. Yes, I did it. So look at this. I gave this perfect trade. So on 10/17, oh no, wow, that looks just like the trade I gave, but it was a year ago. How weird is this? This is so creepy, guys. Look, it looks just like the same trade. Looks very similar, right? Not exactly, but it looks very similar. 56%. And you can see Bonk did like a very similar move for 30%. Funny, I've been giving Bonk trades since, 2024, man. GORK Soul, new XAI GORK. GORK on Soul. I think I'm all set, but we'll take a look, I guess. But I believe I'm all set. Let's take a look at GORK. All right. I can't find it. I'm going to move on. .com. Oh, you wrote GORK. Okay, there it is. New XAI GORK. Like, it's not Grok, it's GORK. You guys... Just so how original, you know what I mean? You people are amazingly, like, this is so creative. Unbelievable. So, again, high risk meme. We don't want to spend too much time on this stuff. And it looked like it could have broken out. Like, they wanted a flag to make you think, to consolidate. Like, they made it happen, and then they market sold all of y'all. Like, I'd go to, like, the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame. Start looking for a Fibonacci retracement of some type, shape, or form over here. What I'll be looking for. So you want to pull a Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. See where you're sitting. You got to bounce off the 618 golden pocket. I mean, that's beautiful. You're in the golden pocket. I mean, that says we could get a bounce. I don't love the shape that, like, went out and went back inside, but again, need I digress? And can that head to 0.888865 for Bitcoin, right? I mean, there's support or resistance support, wick. There's a chance it goes up 154%. The market looks nicer than it does. Someone just bought $200 worth of GORK. About changing Supra on chart. Are we saying it's legit? I don't know what you're saying. You can pay for the 99 Lifer Group mentorship with 99 Crypto by emailing cryptolifers@gmail.com. Thank you so much for saying something so beautiful. Did you learn about my new projects coming down the pipeline? Richie. Wow, which one's Richie Rich? How would I know that? I don't even know. Maybe. 8865 looks like a nice target there for GORK. Don't be a GORK now. I don't know what I said. Don't be careful. Hey. Bongo is coming back. TA, please. Yep. GORK Soul. Thank you for the new coin. Perfect cup and handle just played out on the DXY. 1 minute. Hey, good for you. Hey, Sam, can you chart TARS AI? Thank you. We got through TARS pretty nicely, too. Sui had great news out this morning. Can you take a quick look at it? We did. Can you please look at KARRAT? You gave it to us. Yep. I just went over the chart, you know. I ain't give nothing to you. Bongo is coming back. TA on it. Yep. Rock Soul, we got that. All right. Yeah, thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, bro. He found out the real coin and told me the real name. Shout out to all the people that super chatted today. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Anthony Benetti. Shout out to Jason Casper. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Nerky530. Shout out to Ivan Rogue. Shout out to Chris Ritz. Shout out to Go to the Gym Bro. Shout out to Lazaro Alberto. Oh, and let me make sure I like every one of these. Like, hit. We got them. Okay. All right, like. Yeah, I usually like, but I didn't hit the little love button there. They made 2 places to like. Wow, look how many people here. I just got paid $52K on Farcoin. Feels good to get paid. I don't do it often enough. Feels good, lifer. Wow, $52K on Farcoin, man. Good for you, man. Started my 99 journey with you today. I love that. Can you chartize AI? We looked at you. Never left serious freezing. Amen. You can look at AR. Perfect cup and handle. Just played on the DXY. Bongo was coming. WOJAK, please. So there was one up there. Can we look at AR? We did look at AR. And now someone's asking about WOJAK. WOJAK. Let's look at WOJAK on MEXC. Wow, what a move it's been on ever since it crossed the 200 on the 4-hour time frame. Just on a massive tear. I mean, that's all you had to know. Sit there all day and just trade that. Like, it's just nuts. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'd watch this on the daily time frame and get ready for a big daily move. Wait for that 21-day moving average to come into price action and look for this thing to pump a lump all the way back to the upside. Hang out somewhere here, and then it could even continue right. This may actually go all the way up to right there just because there's not a lot of resistance once it starts to move. See how that looks? That was crazy. This is so weird. I'm going to show you something, right? Looks like a face to me. I know it's crazy, but like, you got the chin. You got little lips there. It even has the nose, you know. Hard to see, but if you look at that, it looks like a face. See, like, there's the brow, there's the nose. Oh, it disappeared when I did that. It'll come back. But interesting. Yeah, I see it. They're not as detailed now. Bitcoin in the flag, looking like it could do damage. Yo, this thing looks bullish. Touching the 21-day moving average many times. There's a pump here. That would be entry right now as we speak. Right now, because you're touching the 21. You know, you're going to get right at price or right or close to price. And then here's here's a live trade right here on the channel. Bang. Something like that. You know, this is that. There you go. And that could take us all the way to like 99,198. See? So that's what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin USD. And that takes you to about 99,000, 170. That'll be my next target for Bitcoin, things that I'm looking at closely on the move here. All right. All right, let me see. Someone just said something that made me very happy. I think they said they finally bought Bitcoin. I'm giving Da Vinci and Pepe are the same. They could be. They could be. So I leave that with that flag. I'm out of all Bitcoin trades right now. You know, I was in trades all day long while I was doing business. Might want to rest my brain tonight, give myself a break. It is 12 o'clock in the midday for you guys. It's about 8 p.m. for me. I'll be back. I'll be in the stream. I'll be doing my thing. I'll be posting charts, helping you guys out, and looking for the hottest coins in the game. I would say there's a high likelihood Bitcoin. I'd give it an 80% chance Bitcoin heads up to possibly 99,000 in the next hour or two. And we could even break 100K if that happens. So look out for a massive move for Bitcoin. It doesn't look like it's over. This is the call right here on the channel, and there's a good chance this continues to play out. So you can't say that I didn't give you the continuation move here for BTC. And we sat still for a second, making sure it was correct, and now it seems to be going in our favor. The probability is aligning. Good chances we get some more moves here out of Bitcoin. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on other altcoins, and I'll be back tomorrow to break it down like I do every single day. I took profits, right, and showed you guys how to get paid from one thing to the next. And if you were live, I hope you picked up on it. If you're in the trading group, I hope you picked up on it. And may God bless everybody here on the live stream. Thank you so much for your time. It's your most precious asset, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for everyone that did, had to refresh or come back in or whatever you had to do to make it happen. I appreciate it. Bitcoin, 97,100 and pumping. It's telling me we're about to get a massive pump here for Bitcoin, up to possibly 99,000. We're going to have to get above that high of the flag at 97,386, and after that, we are gone, baby, gone. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing, awesome, positive-filled learning and just, gain-itis live stream, baby. I love you all. Thank you so much. Remember, you know what the secret to success is, right? It's thinking about getting started. Then get started. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. You guys made my day yet again, and it looks like a pump is coming for us yet again. $99,000 Bitcoin is on the way. It's only 12 o'clock p.m. We have a whole day of trading here coming at us. Stay fresh, stay blessed. Over and out. Lifer.